Hello there and welcome to my video on adding a domain controller to the 412 DOM1 domain. So we are logged into our 412 server right here, and what we need to go ahead and do is click Tools and then go to Active Directory Domains and Trusts right here. And then we're going to go ahead and right click on 412 DOM local and hit Properties. And then we're going to go ahead and go to the Trust tab. Once we're in the Trust tab, we're going to click on the 412 force2.local that we created in our last one, and then we're going to go ahead and remove it. And we're going to go ahead and remove it from both the local domain and the other domain. And in this user text box, we're going to specify that it's 412 force2 \administrator and then the password. We're going to go ahead and click OK, and then we're going to go ahead and hit yes to get rid of that trust. And then we're going to go ahead and repeat that step for the incoming trust. So go ahead and hit yes, and it's removed. And now we're going to go ahead and close this out for now. And we're going to go over to server 2. And then we're going to open up Server Manager. Once inside Server Manager, we're going to go ahead and go to Manage and remove roles and features. And we're going to go ahead and hit Next. The server selection. Please bear with me one second here. Now we're just going to go ahead and pop past here. And in the server roles, we are going to click to clear Active Directory Domain Services. We're going to go ahead and remove that. It's going to take just a little bit to go ahead and pull that off of there, so bear with me just one second here. Okay, and in the validation results, it's expected. We need to demote this domain controller, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And in the credentials here, we have last domain controller in the domain. We're going to go ahead and proceed with removal here, and go ahead and hit next again. And in the removal options window, we're going to go ahead and remove the DNS zone, and we're going to remove the application partitions as well. We're going to click next. Got a new password, so we're going to go ahead and enter that in. I'm going to go ahead and click next. I'm going to go ahead and review our options here. We have the option to create a script. We're not going to do that at the time. And then we're going to go ahead and hit the button to demote. So it's going to go ahead and go along with the demotion, and then the server should restart. Alright, it's going ahead and restarting here. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it while it restarts and go ahead and start it back up when it comes back. So I'll be right back with you. Alright, we're back. We're going to go ahead and get logged back in to server 2 here. I'm going to go ahead and send the Control-Alt-Delete. And we're just going to use password 01. Alright, we're logging back on, and once we log back on, we are going to go ahead and switch up the preferred DNS server in our TCP/IP dialog box, and we do that just by going into the network and switching it there. So just bear with me a couple seconds while it loads up for me. All right, it's going to be just a second. It's going to go ahead and launch. It's going to go ahead and launch Server Manager. Once that's launched, I'm going to go ahead and pop into there and get to the network part. So just bear with me one second. Sometimes it just takes a little bit to go ahead and do that. Alright, we're done there. So we're going to go ahead and find the local server here. Click on the local server. Alright, now that we're in here, we're just going to go ahead and click on this hyperlink for the Ethernet right here. We're going to right click on it, go down to Properties, go down here to Internet Protocol version 4, hit Properties again. And then in the preferred DNS server, instead of putting our local host of 127.0.0.1, we are going to go ahead and use 10. Oops. 10. No. Sorry, my numlock got turned off. 10.12.1. And it's alternate DNS server. We do not need that, so we're going to go ahead and hit OK. And we're also going to go to Internet Protocol version 6 and just have it obtain the DNS server automatically there. Go ahead and close that out. We're going to go ahead and close this out. Okay, and in Server Manager we do have a notification, and it wants us to promote this to a domain controller, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And we're going to go ahead and, after this loads up, we're going to go ahead and keep the default option of adding the domain controller to an existing domain. It just takes forever sometimes to load up, bear with me. Alright, and in the domain text box we are going to enter 412.dom1.local, which is our other server, 412 server 1. And in the credentials we're going to go ahead and change. We're going to hit the username. We're going to do 412.dom1/administrator and type in password. Going to go ahead and click OK, and we're going to go ahead and hit next. And the next window should be the domain controller options, and within that we're going to go ahead and keep all the defaults if it will ever load up. I do apologize for the length of this. Alright, looks like we had a small error. Just bear with me one second here. Alright, sorry about that. Apparently I had done something incorrect earlier. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and do the default, and we're going to do a DSRM password. And then we're going to go ahead and hit next. And in the DNS options, we're going to go ahead and just keep it default. And in the additional options, we're going to hit next. And in paths, we're going to keep that normal. Review options. Click next. And it's going to go ahead and check the prerequisites. Prerequisites are good to go. We're going to go ahead and install it. Alright, and it's going to go ahead and restart here. And then once it restarts, we're going to log back in. And we're going to go ahead and check it out to make sure that it went through correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and just pause you real quick while we wait for it to start back up, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, and we're back. We are on the login screen. We're going to go ahead and get logged in here. And once we're logged in, we are going to go ahead and pull up Active Directory users and computers and verify that both of the servers are in the domain controller OU. So we're just going to go ahead and wait for Server Manager to pop up for us. And once it pops up, we're just going to go ahead and go to Tools and the Active Directory users and computers. Alright, this is up. We're going to just wait for everything to populate in here. Alright, good to go. I'm going to go ahead and open up Tools, Active Directory users and computers here. For some reason it's not showing up for me. And for some reason it's not showing me the other server. Okay, so bear with me 1 second. I gotta pause and figure out what's going on. Alright, sorry about that. It looks like it's not allowing me to go ahead and verify that it installed, because for some reason it's not letting me put it as the domain controller, but that is the basic steps to go ahead and get that, adding the domain controller to our existing domain. I'm going to go ahead and troubleshoot it further past here, but those are the basic steps. So I do appreciate you for watching my video on how to add a DC to an existing domain. I hope you learned something, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great day.